All right, welcome to the channel for the first time viewers. Welcome back for my existing subscribers. This is going to be a quick controller review, and it's been a while since I did one of these, but I'm going to talk about the 8BitDo Ultimate Bluetooth, right? So there's two Ultimates. There's one that only has the 2.4 gigahertz, and there's one that has Bluetooth as well. I have the Bluetooth, and the main difference from what I've been able to see is when you go online, these switches, the Hall effect switches, which means that you won't get any drift, and the face buttons are the biggest differences that you're going to experience, right? This controller was $70, I want to say it was. Yeah, I think it was about $70. I had some reward points, so I knocked it down to like 60, so that's why the price is gave me. I'll put an Amazon link in the description. But overall for PC, it's been fantastic. It's a little bit smaller than my Xbox One controller. So I had the new series controllers. And for whatever reason, I think my adapter was starting to go bad, but it would just disconnect, right? It would disconnect all the time. That controller also has Bluetooth, and I liked it. I'm actually using the same exact thumb grips from that Xbox controller, so it fits just fine. And like I said, the biggest difference is that the two buttons here, the A or the B and the A, are flipped because this is technically a Switch Pro controller. It's got two paddles in the back, so if you're the type of person that likes to use SCUF, you can go ahead and assign any of these buttons to the back here. You could also create a macro, so if you like to do like BAY R2, you could do something like that through their software. The software was pretty straightforward. It reminded me a lot of the Xbox Accessories app, so if you have used that application, it's very similar to that, right? Again, overall, I really like the presentation of this controller. It does have USB-C on the dock, so it comes with a dock and up in the top. So if you just want to charge the controller direct, you can do that. One thing I really liked about the dock is that you can actually place, I'm going to open this up here, the adapter here, and it's not just for travel. So the way I have this set up on my desk is I got the dock plugged in and the adapter is connected to the dock. So this is the receiver. Dropouts, non-existent. That's why I needed a new controller. Every time I would try to play, Star Wars or really any other game, I would just have those dropouts that would happen. It was very frustrating. So I was on a stream. So if you have ever popped by into one of my streams, Stucky Man, who's like my duos partner, was kind of clowning me, telling me that I was blaming the controller. And it wasn't the controller, or it was the controller, it wasn't me, right? So I just want to clarify that and back that up with facts now, as I have not had any disconnects since I got this new controller. And like I said, it feels really good. The sticks are, they're serviceable. It's nothing crazy. It's not like you're getting, I don't know. It's no different. I used to think that you could spend, more money on a controller, and that's how you got better products. Like I bought the $200 SCUF one time. Now I just buy mice and keyboards that are nice, right? So I don't even really use controller. But when I want to play those story games, it is much, much easier to go ahead and do that on a controller versus, like games like Star Wars. I don't understand how people could do it, first of all. I'm going off on a tangent. But anyways, with dodging, you have to hit tab. More power to everybody that can stay that mentally focused to be able to hit all the buttons and hit tab as quickly as you need to on that. And I mapped some of my other things. So one of the other beefs is, without a controller, you have to hold like number 2 and another key. I think it's number 2 and number 3 or something like that to be able to move the orbs around like you need to in Jedi Survivor. But back to the controller, this is what it looks like. It's super easy to turn on and off. It does support multiple profiles, so you have a little light up here. I only set up the first profile because really all I needed was to be able to go ahead and make sure this, I didn't have to do anything. So the X input, this actually shows up as A, and this actually shows up as B. I didn't have to flip these around when you're using the 2.4 gigahertz adapter. I do believe that it flips around when you're using Bluetooth though, but you can create your profile and change it however you want. So the way you would change it, again, you can just click on this button down here, but you can map any of these keys to do whatever you'd like, right? I turn this to null, so it does nothing. And this is kind of like your power button. You have the ability to turn this into like your home button if you are playing on a console. Because apparently you can actually hook up the adapter and use this on your console. The back piece is how you toggle. Let me get it in here for you. You could toggle the Bluetooth and the 2.4 gigahertz. So if you want to switch that up, and these little 3 dots are just the connectors, right? So this is how you get the juice to it. The triggers feel nice, right? So they got a decent little pull to them. Control's not too loud, right? And fits my hand real nice. I got big, I would say I have bigger hands because my fingers all touch. So that's the only thing is like using the paddles is very uncomfortable to me now. But back in the day, you know, I would just hold it maybe like this so that my fingers can rest on the paddle. And because it only has 2, I can't really do it the same way I used to, right? When I have 4 paddles, I would just rest my fingers. And I never really had to worry about the face buttons because I just kept my fingers on the thumbsticks and all face buttons were on the back. That's how I typically would do something like a scuff. But what I did on this one is I did A and I did B. So really the main 2 buttons. So for sliding and jumping, if I do play a game like COD, it's going to be on mouse and keyboard, but I did run some gameplay with this controller. Overall, I highly recommend it. It feels real good in the hand. A little bit smaller than the Xbox controller. Definitely smaller than the PS5 controller. You can go in and customize it however you like. So that was a really cool feature. And the software was pretty light, fired up right away. And it was able to carry over from PC to PC. So it saves the profile directly to the controller. So if you have multiple devices, whether you want to use your phone, play those mobile games, if you're a mobile gamer. But if you are, you know, this is a good choice here. You can get yourself like a little cradle or a holder and then be able to play your games. But yeah, just wanted to make a review about this. I'll be using it. Got about 15 hours of game time on it. But because I haven't had any drop-offs or dropouts, and that was the main reason I got it, I feel comfortable enough recommending it to y'all. It's less expensive than something like a Scuff, maybe less robust as far as how many paddles you get and things like that. But when you're just looking for something to just play games on, the regular controllers are like $60. They don't have paddles, right? And the PlayStation controllers, I believe, are $70. They're either $70 or $80. The DualSense, I think, is what they call the PS5 controller. So this is a good solution for those gamers that are just wanting to play something on PC, whether they want to connect via Bluetooth or you're okay with the adapter. So yeah, it's a go for me. Check out the description if you want to support. You'll be able to give me a small kickback. Cost you nothing more. I just get credit for the referral. So again, I wouldn't have recommended it if it was whack. And I like it so far. So if something changes major, I'll put it in the pinned channel or in the pinned comment. But I don't foresee that being an issue, especially with the adapter going into the entire dock. Usually that has been huge for me because two things before I let you go is like, you can extend the USB cable and bring it closer to you. So that helps with dropping connections. Like I do that with my mice. You hook it up to the adapter or the extender that comes with it, and then you bring it over. So whether it's the Viper or it's the Logitech, you bring that adapter closer using those extenders and you're Gucci. So this kind of just comes out of the box ready for that experience. A little bit clunky, so if you're trying to put it under a monitor or something like that, might be a few issues, but I put it behind mine and that kind of resolves that. All right, for real this time, I'm gonna let you go. Catch you on the flip.